Greetings, everyone. It is a little after 11 o'clock here at Arizona time, and I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm not at 100%, but I guarantee you I'll be there within the next couple of days. I'm definitely determined to get back to 100%, maybe 110%. I tell you, this bronchitis, it took me out this time. The coughing was just nerve-wracking, excruciating to my stomach muscles. Ridiculous. I had to make a second trip to the ER to finally get the meds that I needed in order to get me better, especially an antibiotic, which I wasn't given that the first time around. I probably wouldn't even be half as this bad, had I had that antibiotic going in my system last week. But nonetheless, I do have it, and I'm just taking my medicines as directed, and my breathing treatment, and my rescue inhaler. So I wanted to put this on here today while the little one is still asleep. I'll be doing these periodically until I get better, just not doing any live right now until I get a lot better. But I thought about something today. I'm always thinking about stuff, either early in the morning or mid-morning. So what came to mind is often I think about my mom and our conversations that we used to have, very edifying conversations and thought-provoking all the time. It was never a boring conversation, but every now and then her nuggets will pass through my mind and sink down into my heart and then move on to my soul. So I thought about this word that came to me this morning, credence. And I don't remember what our conversation was at this point in time, or, I just know we were talking about something. And she was probably giving me a seminar, as we would call it, or some advice, or something that she may have watched, that weekend, and then we discussed it like later on in the work week or whatever. So anyways, the word that that stood out was credence. And so I looked up the word credence, and I remember when she said, there are just some things that we should not or do not give credence to. And so I looked that up to give the right meaning or definition. So basically what credence means, the definition of it is to belief in or acceptance of something as true. And so when I thought about that, I thought about the media. The media is a MFer. Excuse my language. I shorten that. But the media is a MFer, seriously, because the media knows how to mind F us all the time. You know why? Because they always give something a name. And sometimes they make it bold and in all capital letters, so that, because we know if we see something bold in color in capital letters in three-dimensional form, what do? Our eyes get fixed upon it, and our minds get fixed upon it, and so we start talking about it. We all do that, all of us, including myself. We start talking about it, we start reading about it, researching it, analyzing it, trying to make it about being about a religious thing or logical or analytical, whatever. We do it. I don't care how high up you are in the totem pole. I don't care who you are. You cannot act like you do not read something or look at something or look at a YouTube. We're all doing it. Whether we do it in the closet or outside of the closet, we're all doing it. So I was thinking about the word credence, how much the media sucks our asses in every time. Each and every time they suck us in. Because why? They give something a name. H1N1, coronavirus, Ebola, whatever the name is that they give it, every time there's somebody masterminding some scientific name all the time behind a desk, kicking up their feet, chilling with their hands behind their head, leaning back in their chair, I don't know, smoking a cigar or whatever, I don't know, what have you, but they're making money off of our frenzy, getting into a frenzy. They put that name up on TV, they put that name up on social media, they put that name up on CNN. They put the name up on the billboards. They put the name up in the doctor's offices. They put the name up at work. They put the name up at wherever you're at. There's the name, because there's something in the name all the time. But suppose we as people, suppose our brains were just automatically programmed to just, like a computer, just like kick out the name that we hear and just think of it as a freaking whatchamacallit or a thingamajig, you know? Suppose we never gave attention to the name, you know? Wouldn't that be something different if our brains were like a computer? And, you know, when a computer gets full, it either shuts down or it starts spitting out the information, you know, when you try to feed it in and it's too full. And what do we have to do? We either have to reboot, we have to clear cache, you know, clear your cookies out, clear your cache out, whatever you need to do, and start from square one again and start off fresh. If only our brains worked that way, to where we didn't give credence to all of these words that the media provides for us to get our minds fixed upon. And so, like I said, we all do it, including myself. And that shit will have you going crazy. And especially with this thing going on, you know, it's got all of us scratching our asses, literally. Like, what the hell, you know? And even the most religious are questioning it. Even though they're not saying nothing, they're talking about it, you know? But at this point, we're all under, you know, some type of attack right now. I don't even think it's a personal attack. I think it's just a reality check attack. And we're seeing people's true colors right now. We're seeing how people are hoarding things, how it's every man for himself. Now, yes, there are people that are an exception, don't get me wrong, that do have good hearts and they are doing things for people. But then the other percentage of people, they just talking out the side of their neck, you know, because I know that if I was in a position at this time, because I'm a giver, so I'm a giver by nature, and I probably would never have nothing, you know. And the day that I do get back into a position to where I'm able to do that, I'm going to, you know. And it's not just the people that I know, but, you know, I used to serve the homeless and things like that. Those are things that I want to do again, you know, without having any type of limitation on finances or whatever. But just suppose, you know, we operated differently the way our minds work. And so I think this is a reality check in so many points of, number one, is how we're going to, you know, be at one with our families and our households, because we're so used to, you know, devices and things like that. And we're so used to the school, the teachers, you know, spending time with our kids majority of the day. I don't have a problem with it because I work from home, and I have been for the 9 years. And so I was pregnant with my little one working from home. So that's not a big deal to me. I'm not one of those ones where I don't know what to do and, you know, and things like that. I know what to do, and that's why I was very adamant about going to the ER, letting them know, look, I need to be well so that I can function. I cannot function and be laying around sleep, coughing, and, you know, not be in good spirits, so that I can have some fun with my daughter while she's out of school for this time frame for who knows how long. But I wanted to definitely talk about that, about the word credence, because that came to me this morning. And another thing I wanted to touch up on, and I did a post on Facebook about it, and I'm going to say it again, is, you know, I have my own business that I started back in 2015. It's my own. I built it, you know, blood, sweat, and tears. I didn't ask anybody for any money. It's still in the works, developing. I got something else that I'm working on, but that's neither here nor there. I got something big that I'm doing to add on to my products. Yes, it's been slow, my business right now, and to be honest, I'm going to put it out there. One of my really good friends, old friends from school, I brought it to her attention last week, very wise woman, journalist, and we were talking, and I told her, I said, my products are not for this time. And she asked me to explain it to her, and I said, the reason why I say that is because my products I created to bring people together, not to divide the races. My products are created to bring people together of one sound mind on a peaceful accord. And so I don't have a specific ethnicity setting for my products. It's for everybody, you know. And so I'm ahead of my time is what she told me. And the world is not ready for what I have to offer right now. So I've accepted that as of last week. And it was a very harsh acceptance. But I'm like, you know what? I can wait. I have something else in the making. I'm going to keep going with my products. And if it's not time, it's not time, you know. And I'll be patient about it. But that is the truth, is that my products, the world and society is not ready for my products because they are to bring people together and not to divide, to harmonize and not to harm. So that's where I'm at mentally, emotionally, you know, and everything. And definitely mentally, you know, definitely. I believe that, you know, this is a total reality check of, you know, racism needs to really just get thrown out the door, but we know it's not because it's always going to be there. But this new, you know, whatchamacallit or thingamajig that's going on right now in our world, we need to, you know, each person needs to take it and see what they learn from this whole situation, whether it be spending time with our families, budgeting better, you know, sharing with one another, being kind to one another, being thoughtful, considerate, being thoughtful of our healthcare workers, our teachers, that we take so granted, and just one another, you know. And so this is definitely something that's going to be a test. And whether we pass it or not, who knows? I don't know, you know, including myself. So we just better just brace ourselves for what's to come, which is unknown. Like I said, I don't honestly believe, you know, that I don't believe that we serve any God or a God. I don't believe we serve a God that would bring this much harm to the people in masses like this. I don't believe that. You cannot tell me that. We're not going to argue about it. I'm just going to say I don't believe that. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's on you. But I don't believe that. I believe this is all man formed by hand, you know, these manipulations and things like that. And, you know, that's all it is manipulation and distraction, because there's a lot of stuff going on right now, you know. And I was just thinking, you know, it's in several weeks, it'll be something that we'll be talking about. You know, we won't be in it anymore. We'll be talking about, I think we're going to be okay. And I think this is going to be definitely something that's going to go down in history for our children, because they're living it with us right now as we speak. So they're watching this play out. So we do have to be really good examples, including myself. So I need to be a work in progress for me. And the last thing that I want to touch upon is the arrogance of people. Me, I really work hard not to be arrogant. I have tried. I think that's just not in me, to be arrogant, to be pious, and things like that, because I know that I'm not sin-free. You know, I ain't perfect, and I'm not trying to be perfect. I don't mind having flaws, because then I can keep perfecting myself on the daily and working on me. But these individuals out here that are just so arrogant and selfish and self-centered, and just, you know, let's just be kind and rewind our attitudes for a minute, all of us, and think about where we could all be at this point in time, you know. We need to be more considerate of one another. Seriously, we really do. This is not every man for himself, because right now it's everybody that needs to come together as one, which, again, this will be a test. When all of this is said and done, we're all kumbaya now, but after this has blown over, whenever that might be, are we going to still be kumbaya and, oh, I'm going to help my neighbor and this and that, or are we going to go back to being assholes again? Point blank. I'm being straight up, because that's how it always is. It takes somebody will die, or something major will happen in the world, and we're all, oh, we need to pray, and we need to do this, and I need to go see how Jimmy and John is doing, or Sarah and Sam and LaQuisha or whatever. But when it all boils over and the milk is cleaned up off the floor and there's no residue on the floor and all of this is done, where are we going to be sitting at as a human race? I'll wait. Let me know. Get back to me on that, because I really want to know, where are we going to be sitting at after all this blows over, And that's the true test. This is the biggest catastrophe right now. I'm going to call it a catastrophe, because it is. Because people scurrying, around like crazy, walking around like zombies, just don't even know which way to go, and everything. So, yeah, get back to me on that. Get back to me when this all blows over. Give me some feedback on, are we going to be sitting at the same place as we are now with this kumbaya type of mentality? And there's nothing wrong with having that mentality, but keep the mentality, keep it real and authentic after everything is blown over. So that's all I got to say to you guys this morning. Have a great week, everybody. Have a safe week. Stay healthy. Whatever you need to do, don't be hard-headed. Don't be trying to be Barney Badass and go, I'm going to go travel here and there and whatever, just because you want to, make yourself look like, you invincible. No, we all just need to sit our asses down for a minute, chill until this blows over, so that we can be examples for our children, in the long run and everything. That's the important thing, is being examples for the kids. Maybe this is the way that the villages need to come back together, because the villages have diminished. I've talked about that over and over again, because you got all these, grown folks trying to be young, and, the youth, they really need us right now. They need us in a major way to be the most example that we can be right now. They're watching us. The youth are watching us and how we're reacting to stuff. So we all got to get ourselves in check, including me. So hope you guys enjoyed this today. It's long, I know, but hey, it's all good. Peace out.